Okay, so I'm gonna take this. Is at 76,880. The customer bought a new cluster. I'm gonna actually make it. What am I gonna make it? 180,000 miles. So there's no funny business going on here for sure because it's at 76.8. So 9X7, I think it's a 2005 987 Boxster. I have a gateway from a 997. I think any gateway from a later model car will work because they all pin out the same. This looks like an abomination, but I do know what the plug connections are. You need can high, can low, power ground, and wake up. But you need a gateway because if you don't have a gateway, you can't power up this cluster properly. Okay, so I'm going to use the software from that laptop and I'm going to correct the mileage shortly. So go figure. I go to connect and it kept saying it connect to CAN. And this has happened before and I'm thinking that maybe I cannot run this at 13.2 volts. I should probably be super safe and run it at 12 volts only because the chip, I'm quite certain has gone out. It's happened before. So I'm going to take that off of there and I'm going to put it on. Should be quick and I'll see what happens. So I just pulled it off real quick. Hot air. Right there. I'm going to put another one on. Should be fast. Okay. A couple minutes later. Voila. I didn't clean it up so good because this is the second time I replaced this. So it's very sensitive to overvoltage. So I can get in now. I could not. This happened. So this. Man, I can't even pick it up. That chip on my controller, not my controller, my VCI, my pass-through, took a crap again. But guess what? I kind of sensed it was going to happen. I don't know where. I bought like 10 of them just in case it did happen again. And I reduced the voltage. I'm going to start doing this at 12 instead of 13.2. But before I could not get in. So now let me see down here. So that's the VIN of the car. And the mileage, 76,880, which it'll read it in kilometers. It's doing it right now. 123,744. All right, I gotta shut this off for a minute because I gotta get my calculator out. Okay, so it's reading 123,744, 76,880. This thing is really close, but I sometimes have to tick a little bit to make it right. 123,744 equals 76,890. So we're off by 10 miles, but so it needs. So he wants 180,220, which is 290,000 35 kilometers, but I'm going to do this. Let me see. I better read this thing first. Always back up your data. All right, save. I'm not going to show you what I'm documents. Hang on, I'll come right back. Okay, one last thing. I can fix the VIN number. I can write whatever you want. I will not take miles off of a car illegally. I'm only going to do it, and I always make somebody sign an affidavit. But something like this, nobody's putting 120,000. They're devaluating the car, so you know this isn't no funny business. And I know this person. I consider him a friend, and regardless, he's not doing anything weird. And so as you can see now, the mileage is 180,224. I think he wanted me to turn off the... I don't remember what he wanted me to do. But anyway, I will show you in a second that everything is correct. I'll connect the factory PVIS tester to this. So now I fire up good old Betsy here. She's been with me for, I don't know, 13 years or something. I made this a long time ago. And I will do some testing with this. We'll go 97. I call that the sound of money. Click, click, click. Why didn't it find it? I think I dislodged a wire. Hang on. All right, I gotta fix this. This is like a mess. I'm gonna come up with something better so it's more positive, because that's a crappy setup. But all that was wrong was I had a bad connection. So let's do drive links. We'll do indicator test. Start. So all his needles are working. And I don't know, text output, which is test. That's all it's supposed to do. All right. I don't know. Most important thing on this is I like to I mean, you could do loudspeaker. Whoopie-doo. We just did it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Now, see, this gets tricky because I don't know. Wasn't certain if he wanted it. No. I can turn that off, but I don't exactly remember what he wanted. I'm going to have to leave this hooked up. I got to shut it off because I got to see what the VIN was from the picture I took. So I just did the coding with the customer on the phone because I just needed to get it done. But it asks you for a lot of, actually, yeah. So it goes through that, and this is an 05, not an 07. Had the wrong VIN number in it because he bought the cluster out of another car. So it was out of an 07 Cayman, and this is an 05 Boxster. That's why he wanted it is an S, and which I won't, I'm not going to program it. And then that, it asks you for the engine number. That's all about the oil level setting. Ask you that. It is left-hand drive. It is a USA car. And then he has silver cover dials, cruise control, that's it. And the next will be the wheels. It asks you the wheel size. Then after that, it asks you about the engine number again. If it starts with 625, and his does, and then I think take it one step further, and then it asks you for the last four characters of the oil level or the engine number, and that's only about the oil level characteristics. So I'm not going to go through that. And then I want to see if it. I don't think it actually is going to show me the coding because you can't. Actual values. No. It does have, so the odometer now has, although the tester shows it in kilometers, 290,048 miles is actually 180,224. So he wanted 220, but it's almost impossible to get it perfectly on the money. But that's really close, within 4 miles, when you're asking to put 180,000. But it turned out great. Another happy customer. Doesn't have to spend $4,000 for an instrument cluster. And this is a friend who's done business with me before, so I gave him a sweet deal. All right, if anybody needs anything weird helping with Porsche, I have tons of testers, I have tons of equipment, I have tons of experience, and I've been playing around with this stuff for decades. I can help you. Goodbye.